Hello, good afternoon. It's Sunday. Yeah. And let me tell you what's been going on in our area. Our college team, the stadium, they're going to allow people to come in regardless of their status for the game. Well, you would like to think that that's progress. But, we all know that that's pushed because of money or loss of money. But, will it stay that way? Who knows? Who knows? I mean, they could do it for one game because Florida's coming, and then change it for the next game. Who knows? Who knows? Nothing is definite anymore. Nothing's sure anymore. The authoritarian premise that they work upon is not a law. The things that they say are approved by the Federal Drug Administration are not. It's just, I don't even know what to say anymore. I don't know what to say. It's unbelievable. It's truly unbelievable. The destruction of countries and people's lives and businesses and families and friendships and whatever based on lies. Lies. When you go to college and you're taught a certain aspect, and then those details are just totally eradicated and like they don't even exist, and then everything's changed. Principles of science aren't even followed. I'm not a scientist, but I took excelled math and science classes. Matter of fact, the book I used in high school, the main text, was the same text that was used in one of my initial science classes in college. I knew that book inside and out. I mean, that's the basics of biology. But what's scary is that that same book is being used today with nothing within it changed. It's just a different edition. The same principles are there. But it's not what's being followed. It's not what's being followed. I have no other explanation for any of this because I've had these discussions with medical people and highly, highly, highly educated and specialized medical people. And there is no following the basic scientific principles. It's whatever's being released by someone who doesn't even take care of patients anymore. It's the government. It's the government. But what's even worse is to realize that the system is so broken. It's so broken. it's been broken a very long time. I guess this just helped bring it to the surface on how broken it is. It was, I don't know how to explain it, but when I went last year and got the antibody test, and I don't know if she was an RN or an LPN, 2-year, 4-year or 2-year, but when she told me after I tested and I had the short-term and long-term antibodies, and that's granted even if what we're testing for, I won't even go into the PCR test, but the blood test showed I had short-term and long-term antibodies, and she stood there and said to me that they would last only 4 months to maybe as long as a year is what they could see. And once the antibodies are attached to your T cell, whether they're picked up on testing or not, there is a memory there that holds whatever illness you have come across. Your body remembers. It remembers. And that's what I was taught. And I can remember, this was in August of last year, I looked at her and I said, "What did you just say?" She said, "Well, your long-term antibodies might only last 4 months to a year." I said, "Who told you that?" And she said, "Well, that's what they're saying." I said, "That's not science." And I was stunned. I was just stunned. Because I realized at that moment that just because you're in the medical field doesn't mean you know jack, okay? Obviously, her standing there telling me something like this. And we're being lied to. And that was a heavy blow for me, that we're being lied to. And I'm going to be looked at as the one who's crazy. And this has been going on a year. Over a year. I was yelling about this last year, about possible alternative things to use. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because just like in World War II, what do you say? You tell a big lie long enough, people believe it. It just doesn't matter. And peer pressure and the belittling of people and the taking information that is just put out there and repeating it like you're some sort of authority. I've seen medical people doing this, like regurgitating stuff off of the television from people who aren't even in the medical field. And then the ones that are in the medical field who haven't even had patients forever, they're just bureaucrats. Hell, I think the head of the health thing is a lawyer. It's just, it doesn't really matter, because it doesn't matter what their titles are. It really doesn't matter. Because if you have no morals and you have no values, and the almighty dollar is what regulates your behavior, well, then lies will definitely win out. They'll win out. So I'm not really enjoying this blatant. It's really difficult to sit back and watch this when you know You know better. You know better. And you try and tell people, and they don't listen. I mean, who am I to be telling them anything, right? I mean, I'm not even working right now. I only have my master's in education. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't know anything. Hell, they aren't even listening to the medical doctors anymore, the ones who have morals and values. There's a great, they talk about this in many religions about they won't know. They won't be able to see. There'll be a great division between the wheat and the tares. The wheat and the tares. And I don't even know how else to explain it. I have no idea how else to explain it. I have none. I have no answers. I don't understand on how it is that people can watch the destruction of countries and people's lives and suicides and just the loss and not think that it could have been done better, or something's wrong here, or why would you do that? And you want to believe that people, oh well, they're just, they just don't know any better. Are we going to continue to make excuses for stupidity? Are we going to continue to make excuses for ignorance? Are we going to continue to make excuses for our destruction and just roll right along like it's not happening? It couldn't happen to us. It could never happen to the United States of America. Not here. I mean, I feel like I'm watching a map, and the map of the world, and you see lights all over the globe of the world. Okay? I'm not going to get into arguing about the shape of the earth. Okay? But there's a map of the world, and it's all lit up, the countries. And as they take over, I see the countries, the lights just dimming out. And then eventually, we'll be the last ones. We'll be it. And we all know why we're the last ones, because the Second Amendment. But, I'm not young anymore, but I have my brain, and I have my morals and values, and I'm going to go out with my light shining. I won't let them put my light out, and I'll go out speaking the truth, and I'll go out with dignity. I'll go out with grace. I'll go out with faith, because I know my light continues even after here. But I won't let them put my light out. I won't let them do it. I'll continue to let it shine until my Creator decides I'm no longer needed here. So, don't let them put your light out. Don't let them put your light out. Keep shining. And keep your faith. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.